Welcome to the Tangled Puppet. Hit the like, share, and subscribe for me. Archangel Michael, we ask that you come into this reading, giving us a hedge of protection, allowing us to get the message out to as many people as we need to get it out to, so that they can hear the message and evolve. In your holy name we pray, as above, so below. You want to tell them what the message is about? You don't want to tell them it's about being the grave digger, their own grave digger? Oh, he doesn't want to talk. Alright, so today's reading is going to be about self-sabotaging, about being your own grave digger, about having 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's about impatience to abundance. It's about trickery. It's about a facade and a discovery and releasing a victim. Okay, these are like every bit of the sad bag cards in this deck. It's recovery with the completion. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. You're feeling like a victim. You're feeling like things need to be released. Oh, don't let it take your soul, okay? It's about seeing that things in your life are not what they seem, that there's energy that comes in that can make you want to scream, okay? It's being impatient. It's rising above the fray. No, those are the ones. Hand them here.
These?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about moving out of stagnation in the winter. So something happened in the winter and you're moving out of that energy. You're no longer allowing things to take your soul. You're allowing it to grow. You're seeing the truth and you're protecting your future, which lies in this garden and this beanies. Maybe somebody has been eating Vienna weenies, but it's about these new beginnings. Stop laughing.
I can't.
It's about the new moon. It's about a herald to change. It's about somebody letting their ego go to protect the future, to rise above. You hear the guard dog in the back. They're like, hey, fool. Oh, don't you go marching over that cliff. Because I've got something to tell you, right? So all you fools who were trying to rush out in this new beginning, trying to be your own worst enemy, trying to self-sabotage, digging yourself a grave, I got a message for you. Sit down. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Let's sing about it. Let's change about it. Let's do it. Okay? Don't dare let them take your soul. You got to have control. Tell them no. Tell them you don't want to go. You're not going to lose control. And that's the truth. Because a new world is born. And you're becoming very aware to this. Your solar plexus is now in a line. It's now that firm foundation so that you can achieve. Yeah, your light has been turned on so you can rejoice in celebration. So whatever had a hold on your solar perplex is what I'm seeing. And look here. It was holding your spiritual strength back. That's what I'm saying. Don't let it take your soul. Maybe you were born in 1993 or you have a connection or the angels. Yeah, something to do with this 3 energy. So there was a hold over your mind. I'm about to tell you what happened. It was this heartache. It was this loss. It was losing control, allowing someone to take it all. Your ego had to be vanished, dismissed. You had to sacrifice that ego. in order to gain this spiritual strength back and this authority in your life. So you could have this spiritual union. It's your passion ignited. It's, guess what? It's your destiny. Oh my gosh. Look, it's the balancing act. It's dancing on one foot. It's spinning lots of circles and still getting a completion out of it. It's figuring out what all these circles were about. Yes, with a net caster here. It's preparations that come to fruition. So somebody planted seeds. They tended their gardens. They took care of them. And guess what? They're reaping their rewards. They didn't refuse the call. The call was to their dreams, to their soul. They didn't refuse it. You want to grab it? Why? Because they were watching. Somebody was watching. The watchers were watching what was going on. And they let you know that the universe is your partner. It has your back. It's this resourcefulness. It's the horned cactus. It might have felt pokey. I could be talking to that porcupine energy again. Yes, but this is somebody who is surrendering. It's a completion. It's closing the doors on old ways, on old days. It's becoming new. New you, new life, new everything. Ooh, because the universe has your back. 313. With 1311, it's a tidy house. It's a tidy life. It's clarity. It's an organization in one's mind. Organized mind. Yeah, the sacred contract. It's knowing what it is. It's fulfilling it. It's preparing for it. It's the beloved. Radical acceptance. Acceptance of thy own self. Because, yes, in these treasures, when you become that grave digger in the hidden shadows, there was treasures. And they were calling your name. Who do you call when a night falls? Don't think twice or you be dead in the streets. You got to kill those voices inside your mind that are trying to make you lose control. And that's how you're going to get over this bridge, this sky bridge. That's how, and have this first breath, this beginner's mind. That song that Livingston wrote, The Grave Digger. Listen to it, because that's what I keep hearing in my mind. Don't think twice, you'll be dead in a second. Kill those vibes. Right? You got to get rid of that. You got to let it go. Don't let it take control. With the 511, you got to change 5151, 5151. You can't let it make you crazy or lose control. You got to balance it out. Dancing on one foot, like I said. It's the compassion in one's heart. You've got to let your heart shine. You've got to let it bleed through. It's no more locking it out. No more putting the blinds down. It's no more allowing the... They got to be themselves.
They got to be themselves.
Yeah, you got to be the authentic self. You got to put the mask away and you got to let yourself shine. Shine through. Repair the veil. You got to have forgiveness. Forgiveness of thy own self. Yes, and this is the lay of the land. The ancestors, they're here. Look, who's the last man standing up here? You are, collective. And now there's a feast of plenty. It's your choices and their consequences. It's time to replenish. Something about 2016. You needed to replenish from that. Something about 2000, with the confirmation burp here. 2000. Okay. It could have started May 8th or March 8th. 2016 to 4/5 April 5th 2019 was an initiation time. It was for you to rise above again. By the time May 4th came, that was your initiation. In 2019, you were rising above the fray. Your wings were being cleaned off. You began to group think, mindful think again. This was written in the stars. It was written in the fates for you to fall onto this path. It was a movement forward on your spiritual journey to getting your spiritual strength back. That's why you started having reconciliations. Even though you were wailing, you needed to let these emotions go so you could have these reconciliations. Yes, so you could connect up. It's the jeweled web. It's, being that fruitful net caster. It's throwing a net that's connected in that you reap a harvest from. How teachable are you? Will you learn from this? We may reconnect, but did you learn from this? Are you stepping out or into the perfect storm? Something to do with that 44 energy here. It's the wall, the obstacles. Maybe you felt like everything you were going through was a wall or an obstacle. Like, bam, bam. I just better off dig my own grave at this point. But the luck and right timing came in for you. And things begin to resonate. Your emotions, they begin to click in. They begin to connect. They begin to see, to feel, to know, to benefit off of them. They weren't just emotions that were swallowing you whole like the whale. They became an opportunity for you to march forth, to grow, to change, to overcome these obstacles that kept you weighing down. And all of them were emotions of the heart. There were so many emotions that were overflowing everywhere. You were in the matrix. You needed to come out of the matrix. You had to make it through these maze of emotions in order to benefact. And what happens in a moist area? You grow mushrooms. You had to grow through the emotions. You had to be your own watcher. You had to see things. You had to do everything by the book with confidence in yourself, in your magic. You had to transmute that perfectly. You had to repair the mind, the body, the soul with this me talks. Talks me out, God, so I can get back to integrity with this lost compass. I lost my way. I lost myself. Take it away from me. Cleanse me. Purify me with this 22 energy. I am a stranger to my own self. God, I don't recognize me. I intentionally allow myself to disown myself. I need help. I need fixing, Lord. And in this meditation, in this quiet stillness, this holy fire, this purple holy fire came in and began to renew you, to balance you with this 11. I'm speaking to a divine feminine, somebody who was forged by the fire and became the fire, their own grave diggers who they almost were. But they inspired themselves to change, to take a bold step forward with this 55, 1155. Look the angel number up. They begin to dive into a task and they begin to go hard at this task. It was power in the community. It was gathering around. It was the right use of power, of their mind, of their crown. It was no longer needing direction and lost. It was not experiencing life as it came. They began to pave their own way, not follow their own way. And this was the possibility for them to get their soul back again. They became adaptable and adaptable through this reflection allowed them to wander in between realms. So as their soul was being pulled down and drugged, this person began to maneuver through different realms to find themselves out of this maze of emotions they found themselves in, disowning thy own self. And that's how we lose our souls. That's how it's taken from us, is when we embark on adventures in life that do not serve our highest good, our purpose. They are lower than our purpose. They take our soul away. They allow somebody else to have power over it, whether it's an entity or a place or a thing. It's money. It's all ruled by something lower vibration than God, and it allows, it starts holding it hostage. It's taking it over. And you have to look for it. You have to find it. You have to want it. You have to release it. You have to get your spiritual strength back. Don't sacrifice your spiritual strength because of heartache and loss. That's not what God wants you to do. He wants you to find it. Yes, He wants you to be transpersonal. He wants you to see it, transmute it, to resonate with it, and to grow from it with 6061 on the board. Yes, He wants you to have an overwhelmed amount of growth from the situation. He wants you to connect in with thy own self, to get back into to get back your integrity to thy own self with this authentic self. because the universe has your back. And as you're reflecting, it's going to be revealed to you that the universe was the building blocks for you to get your strength back, your spiritual strength back. What? Your hair. Your hair is a representation of your spiritual strength. Look at it, feel it, know it. How is your strength? It's how it represents. It's not the only thing, but your spiritual strength is represented in this physical world by you. Yes, it's following your intuition and working through your shadow self. It's seeing thy own self, knowing it. It's evolving in ways of the heart and balancing it out. It's moving on from situations that don't serve you, but having the patience to know when to work the neutral mode as well, when to do nothing. Yes, in solitude, like I said, thank you for the confirmation, Spirit, because I know we on fire, because the universe got our back. Like I said, the universe is balancing this situation out. All situations that are envious and deceitful in your life, you will triumph over these. I don't know who you are today that needs this empowerment, that needs this energy to know, to push forward, to keep growing, healing, and evolving. And you do that when you're resting, when you're rejuvenating. Something to do with 24 hours in a day. You could be brand new. 7 days a week. You could be ever changing. It's just a waiting game. How will you heal you? How will you triumph over this? But don't sit trapped in fear being that own grave digger, because you hold the wisdom to move yourself out of stagnation. And that's the truth here today. Collective is whoever you are with the 220 angel number 222 on the board. You have that 999 spiritual strength to pick up and to move on, to transform thy own life, because your heart is transformed. Look at him. He's just going. He's transforming. He's ever changing, because wish fulfillment is coming. And you know it. You can feel it. 139. Look the angel number up. It's seeing and feeling it. You're seeing it. You're feeling it in your gut. You know that you got this victory and success. That there is a material and spiritual prosperity changing. This transformation happened through an emotional loss. It's going through these emotions and getting the recognition and reward from thy own self, from God, from the Holy Father, from Spirit. 333. Changing, healing, and evolving the mind, the spirit, and the soul. It's being fertile. It's choosing wisely what path to take. No longer making decisions that disown themselves. Yes, so that we're not sitting in silence, suffering, wanting to move forward. That's not okay. That's not where we're supposed to be. We're not ever supposed to be sitting in emotional withdrawal. When we do that, we stop love from beginning. Yes, we disrupt it. And it's conflict and despair, you might as well just climb in that grave right there, because you will not have a firm foundation. You will not have stability. You will not have strength in your life, because you've already had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You've already dug the grave. Just get in it. Might as well. Because you got to have this spiritual strength, this firm foundation. You have to know who you are. You have to stand up for yourself, for your morals. And maybe that's what you started doing on April 5th. But it's your hopes, it's your dreams, it's standing your ground to what you want. It's memories of love, knowing and feeling and knowing what love is, and they're moving you through these obstacles into these new beginnings. It's planting that seed and getting a harvest from it. It's having a harmonized mind. It's harmonizing all of your finances. All of your material changes are balancing out, and it's growing bigger than what it was, because all of this power with this 88 on the board is movement, is change. It was the right patience and planning to remove this temptation. And guess what? You now hold this partnership and this alliance with this truth, and this truth sits dead center of these two hands. When they shook on the truth. They knew that this partnership and alliance was coming from a truth. And that's big, that's bold, that's a treasure. That's one that will not be outdated. Yes, and it has great expectations, the expectations of confidence to grow, to change, to heal on this journey right here. Yes, it's acceptance. acceptance of thy own self, acceptance of what we can do together. It's acceptance of these decisions were just a tiny phase in the progress. We had strength to change it. Now we're manifesting what we understand, and it's manifesting through proper communication to forgive, to have wisdom to forgive, evolve, and change with equal give or take. To forgive thy own self with blind enthusiasm. Yeah, creative communication is healing this crisis without interference. It's birthing out something that was different than what it was. It's this progressive desire from self-observation of the mirrored reflection. Somebody is seeing what they want and they're changing it. Yes, with logic and reason here is the melting pot. They're calling all parts of their self home. There's something they need to speak about that they're not saying yet. It's a deep priority, though. It's a deep thought in their mind. It's something that's holding them stagnant. Yes, it's something about your shared cultured ideas, the way that you guys operate. Somebody wants to say something about it, and it's true compassion. It's for the future. They want to help direct you into your truest phase, into common grounds. Yeah, because somebody feels homesick. They feel alone. They want to be, they want you to get the message that they want things to end. They want to change things so they can come back home. They've been doing a lot of thinking. They got these equations on their mind. But in this community, there's a healing to this conservative attachment. It's the solar conscious, it's the subconscious mind, it's healing, it's abandoning thoughts that no longer serve you, and it's changing things. It's allowing someone to become self-disciplined and to refine their lineage, okay? It's going beyond wisdom here. All right, well, in this time alone, your survival fears may come up, but just go through the wisdom, refine what has been undone, seek karmatic balance in this situation, see the one truth of it, and go for it. Embrace your family and go for it.